Hi everyone, it's Julia here at Artful Elements. I hope I find you well and creating. And today's video is just a short video to kind of go over what Fantasy Flake is, or what our Fantasy Flake is. For years working in the industry, working in glitters and resin art and other forms of art, I needed to be able to have something that had more of a structure to it, because as some of you may know, when you put stuff into resin, a lot of it will level out, or you'll do it in layers and everything, and you want to keep it from, you know, leveling or getting flat. We want to keep dimension to it. And so I needed to find something that would have structure. And so that's when I developed Fantasy Flake. It is a scrunch to scale glitter. It comes in a little bag. A little bit goes a long way, okay? But I make it up. It starts out as in my sheet forms, and then you'll have options to use these big flakes, okay? But they break up, and that's the idea, right? That's the principle behind them, is that if you want to do them like this, it's almost like mica sheets, right? But then if we want to scrunch to scale, we're just going to put some in a bag. So we'll put a sheet in the bag, or you can leave it in the bag that it comes in if you're going to scrunch up all of it. But when you scrunch it, now you have medium flake, right? So you can choose to do these medium type pieces. But ideally, the more you scrunch, the other sparkles in this are what help this keep structure. Now I'm going to show that. See how that has structure? When that's put into a resin piece, that's going to give you dimension. That's going to hold dimension in your piece. And even if you're doing it and you're scrunching it all up to make it even more fine, you're still going to get that. I'm going to put some here on a spoon and show you. See that? So if you just imagine that if you put that in, that's exactly what it's going to do. It's going to hold its shape. Now what makes it extra special, or at least in my mind, is I'm going to zoom into it so that you can see all of what's in it. So as you can see, the sparkle it's in every possible space. Some of these are translucent, some of these are opaque, but you can see the structure of all of the different varied additives that we use to create Fantasy Flake. See? And it's translucent. So if you're using UV resins, the light can still get through and cure your resin around it. And the idea is that it's about having dimension in the piece. Sometimes when we don't have the ability to, or maybe even just the time, to layer something. So this is helping us with that. And that, my friends, is Fantasy Flake. Just a bunch of punch, lots of color, shifting, but then that texture and the ability to, and as far as I know, we are the only scrunch to scale or glitter that you can actually alter the size of the particle by scrunching it up or crunching it up. And this is what you get. So I hope this helps you out for your next project. And by all means, you can always reach out to me if you have any more questions. But I thank you and have fun creating, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.